Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are taking a look at a family secret that your ancestors are revealing to help you break generational karmic cycle. To do this reading, we are going to be picking 3 cards together for your piles. So I see 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what they are. So for pile number 1, we have Everydayness. Oh, there we go. For pile number 2, we have Simplicity. And for pile number 3, we have Primordial. There we go. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, we have the Ocean Jasper Moon. And this is what it looks like. For pile number 2, we have the Rose Quartz Star. And this is what it looks like. And for pile number 3, we have the Caribbean Calcite Cloud. And this is what it looks like. All right, so take a look at which one of these 3 cards or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to. And that's probably the pile for you here today. As I always say, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, and perhaps you're drawn today to all, whatever it is, know that your intuition is the magic that always makes you end up hearing your message, the message that you're supposed to receive. And so trust it. It will always guide you to the right readings. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, welcome to the card picking and shuffling process. Love having you around, so thank you for sharing your energy in this very important process. And let's begin shuffling. But first, let me introduce the cards to you. On the left are the oracle decks that we will be using for this reading, and on the right are the tarot decks that we will be using. So we want to know, for this deck and any deck that we use in this reading, what is the family secret that their ancestors, thank you, want to reveal in today's reading to help break the generational karmic cycle. Thank you so much. 2 and 3. All right. Right, let's take the next deck. Oh, okay. There. Okay, and this one. Right. Next oracle deck. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we're ready to get into your tarot decks. As usual, we'll be taking 2 cards from each of the decks that we use. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. All right, moving on to the next deck. is the family secret that their ancestors want to reveal to them today through this reading? Thank you. To help break their generational karmic cycle. Okay. Moving on to the next deck. One, two, and three. One, two, and three. Okay, now onto this last deck. I found this deck in a local bookstore. And it was really intriguing. I'm holding it the other way around. It's called the Steampunk Tarot. And I was like, whoa, steampunk. That is quite interesting. And I thought it would really help us out in the ancestral readings, wouldn't it? And I thought, there is an ancestral reading coming up. What such divine timing. Found it really interesting. So let's use it for today's reading and see how it helps us. It was meant to be in your reading today. So, oh, thank you. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So, our 3 piles are now ready. Let's put them together neatly. So there's our first pile. There we go. With the Ocean Jasper Moon. Second pile. Is also now ready. With the Rose Quartz Star. Oh, there. There we go. Third pile. Is now also ready. With the Caribbean Calcite cloud. There we go. Thank you so much for sticking around. It is always a pleasure experiencing your energy and having you as part of your reading. Love you guys very much, and let's get into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Ocean Jasper Moon as well as the Everydayness card. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards and see how together we get your message from your ancestors on their revelation of a family secret to help you break the generational cycle. Right, so you have the mentor, the mentor, there we go. You also have this oracle card. Interesting, right? You have clean it up. Interesting. Okay. Let's now take a look at your tarot cards. How about we place your beautiful ocean Jasper right here. And take a look at your tarot cards. So, pile number 1, you have the Knight of Pentacles. All right. You have Strength. The Emperor, the second line. Wow. Interesting. All right, so you have the Emperor. You have the Hermit. The Sun. Whoa, so bright, isn't it? You have the Knight of Swords. This is Nicolas. I'll remember his name now. You also have the Ten of Swords. And you have the King of Wands. Did the camera just shift? Let me fix that. Hi, pile number 1. Yeah, it's the next day. That's why I'm saying hi again. As you can notice, there's a different lighting. So good morning, which actually makes the Sun card quite relevant in this reading. Why is this the next day? If I tell you that your pile was the longest pile I ever took to reflect on, you wouldn't believe it. It took me all night coming back and forth and thinking deeply. I do not believe in just making a reading and moving on. I respect that you respect me enough to deliver an honest message, and for that I have been taking my long time to carefully see what the message here is, what your family secret is, what happened, and how you're advised to break the karmic cycle. So let's begin pile number 1. You have a long story. This looks like a very old family secret. This does not look like a recent ancestry secret. This is a long while back ago. So it looks here that your family had a huge empire. Whether this is a business empire or actually ruling, in all, it had a great power. And it seems to me that your family was very rich, very well off, and lived a very luxurious life, one generation after the other. And it was so popular that it had all this power and wealth. It was unthinkable that this family would ever fall, ever, because of its power. And as you can see with the lion here and the emperor, this was a huge empire that had so much pride, a family that had so much pride and power. With this strength card in your reading here, I do see that during a time where this family was still very strong, there was a little hit here. Do you see a little wound? There was a little wound in this empire, but it wasn't anything that could break the empire. And if anything, it hit its pride, but nothing was breaking apart. Examples of this could be another big family taking over a big part of their position, or if this is a company, if they had a huge business, then maybe there was a hit in their sales. Whichever it was exactly, whether it was for political reasons or economical reasons, your family decided here with Niccolo Machiavelli to do something that would, where the end would justify the means. And the reason I'm saying that is because Niccolo Machiavelli is a political strategist, which makes me think that perhaps it was for a political reason more than it was an economical reason. He's a political strategist who spoke about the end justifying the means, that sometimes one has to take measures that are not really right or morally correct, but the end result would justify this. And so I see that there was a strike that your family has done, perhaps to protect its pride, protect its position, that resulted in a huge, unthinkable, unexpected turnaround in your family. So we're seeing that this, with Clean It Up, it wasn't something that was morally right, but it turned the whole table on them, where maybe the population was so angry at them. Do you see how there's a crown and someone wearing it? It seems like people took the power from them and attacked the family, attacking it in its members, attacking its wealth, attacking. It was unthinkable and shocking, almost feels like a revolution, right? And so we see that for your family, shocking things happened. Perhaps the population came in, hurt the family children, hurt the family women and other members. And it was just a full-on attack on the whole family. Unfortunately, breaking down the empire. We see with the hermit here, a huge empire broken down into little bits, where everyone was on their own now. Everyone suddenly learning how to make ends meet, learning how to survive on their own. The empire was not there any longer. That in itself was a huge shock in perhaps your ancestral DNA. And the reason I say DNA was this infinity symbol is reminding me of that. It affected the family DNA in so many of their beliefs. What do I see? I see here there was this generation that was so used to luxury that it almost felt like they were entitled to this luxurious life of, living it over and over, generation after generation. And to just live an everyday, regular life was not easy for this family to grasp for a very, very long time. And so there was lack of motivation here. Why? Because there was motivation to at least make ends meet, because you don't want to be in a bad position. But the idea to work steady and hard and be patient enough to make incremental progress was unthinkable for this family, because the little progress wasn't motivational enough for them to keep going, knowing that they deserved this luxury, and getting just a small outcome wasn't exciting at all. Imagine, for example, if you're used to getting a pocket money of $5,000 as a teenager. You would buy your luxurious items, you get your nails done, you buy your organic food, yada, 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 yada. And so all of a sudden, now all you have is $20. Now to work all day just to get an extra $20 other dollars, for this person wouldn't, unless they have a very open mind, to look towards the future and to build it slowly again, which is, we're going to talk about the Knight of Pentacles here, it's not really motivating anymore. To them, what is $20 extra going to do? And there's this pain of losing what you already had. And so the lack of motivation has become an essential part of this family's DNA, where the lesson here is that they always wanted to things that would make them get rich quickly, back to who they believe they are, which is very true. They did come from a very big family. And there is the healing of the lack of motivation, especially that the lack of motivation didn't just start with the trauma here. You do see with the Knight of Pentacles in conjunction with the Knight of Swords that the right thing to do wasn't to take a swift, impulsive action that would justify the means. We do see with this card conjuncting with the Knight of Pentacles that really the solution was to solve this issue with patience, without hurting anyone along the way. Perhaps they wouldn't get their position right away, but patience is a virtue. To not want, and we're going to talk about this in Everydayness, to not want things right away, right now, and to rather wait until you get it back the right way. And so there's been generation after generation after generation, a lot of generations. And why do I say that? Is because it took me a whole day for the first time to really think about this. So it looks like this took a long time, and it was a huge lesson that you're about to break pile number 1. And this family really is revealing the secret to you now, wanting you to reverse this karmic cycle, or to break this karmic cycle. And to break it here, to clear this energy, with clean it up, there has to be clearing up of the old misconceptions that were in the past. First, clean up is with your main card, with the Everydayness. We do see the advice of enjoying the little things in life in order to get back to this empire, which you're meant to, by the way. You're meant in your generation to break this karmic cycle and get back this power. But this time, it's done in a completely different way. With the mentor here, you are getting back your family into their positions. Perhaps you have your spirit guides here helping you to do that. This time in the right way. With Everydayness, we get the understanding that life is enjoyed not only when there are huge, amazing things, but is enjoyed by the little things first. The beautiful sounds of the birds in the morning, the light that comes into your window, being grateful that you're able to be okay, or being grateful for the little things in life. Because always remember, what you have should never be taken for granted, despite all of the issues, because what you have, other people are suffering now to just feel or get. So always remind yourself with the Everydayness to be grateful for the amazing things in your life. Things may not be perfect. There will always be good things. There will always be challenges. But at the end of the day, one must always remember to enjoy the little things before the big things come. This way, one would never be attached to the big things when they come, and hence make the same mistake when little things happen, and take impulsive actions out of being afraid of losing a little of what you have. So let life flow the way it wants to flow, whether you're going up or whether you're at the top. Enjoy the little things, let it flow, let it ebb and flow. And always be grateful for what you have. Remind yourself of the wonderful things. Perhaps you may want to, with the cleaning up, to start a journal, to write every day and start your day with gratitude for all the amazing things that you have, or who you are and what you've done and what you do and what you have, from the little things first to the big things. and to make a pact with yourself that no matter what happens, nothing is worth your gratitude, you losing this gratitude and this vibrational energy. Pile number one, you know, there are things that one forgets to appreciate every day. In fact, you know this quote from the Bible, I cannot remember, if only the builders would see the stone. Let me check it out, hold on. I read it as I was reading about this card and this deck when I first got it. It was so interesting. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, I read it when I first got this deck. And the saying is, the stone which the builders rejected as worthless turned out to be the most important of all. So we understand the idea that what is important is not all of this power or wealth, although it's amazing to have. And although you're climbing to that strong empire again, pile number one, you should always remember that to keep that, you should always be grateful to the little things more importantly than the big things. The free things in life, the breath, the clean fresh of the clean breath of fresh air. Yeah, my dog even emphasized on that. The beautiful things around you that make life worthwhile, and to let things ebb and flow. If they're great, that's wonderful. If they're not, they never threaten you, because it is these things that are deemed the most worthwhile and not the other things. Pile number one, although they are to be enjoyed while they're there, but never get attached to it. Okay, so that's the first clean up here. It's really wonderful news that you have ending your reading the Sun card, and there was a great emphasis on it, seeing that this empire has the sun rising in it again through you, and that you're learning to move through these lessons to clean up this karmic energy and to get it back. It's clearing up in your era. We see the second learning lesson is, of course, the main one before even the trauma happened, and that is with the Knight of Pentacles, patience, small incremental small incremental improvements every day, taking small steps every day towards your goal, and being patient until it's done, putting in all your strength and all your effort, but being steadfast and being okay and enjoying the journey rather than the final goal, which you will. But being attached to the final goal is really, again, where this whole thing started. But rather here, being proud of yourself, being proud of the steps you take. Do not be threatened when you lose some things in the way. Let it be. Let life move in its own waves and frequency, and always think, what do we do now? What do I need to do to further improve and move up? And do not be afraid. Move in steps. Life is not a straight line. As you're doing great things, other challenges that you didn't think about would happen. Sometimes you may not always take the right decision, but sometimes you can do a little thing that could blow up. You don't know. So take life step by step. Be patient, and here we can see your ancestors telling you the empire is having its sun rise again into its territory because of you, pile number one. So all the best of luck with that, pile number one. I'm so happy for you. God, it's really not easy to leave your reading having thought about it all day, all night. So yeah, I leave you with peace. Very happy with the sun rising on your empire again. I'm wishing you all the best of luck from my heart to yours. May you always be successful, pile number one. That was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And speaking of which, pile number 1, since you're going on your journey to building your empire, perhaps you're interested in my productivity book. Pile number 1, this book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it, but really it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying this process. I promise you this book holds true to this promise, and if you'd like to check it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And there's an audiobook now, by the way, if you love audiobooks like me. Pile number 1, it was such a pleasure spending this time with you and your ancestor story. I have all the respect for you, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen this beautiful rose quartz star as well as simplicity. Let's take a look at what family secret, ancestral family secret, is being revealed to you here. One that will help you break this generational karmic cycle. So we'll be taking a look at your oracle cards first. Oh, yes, you had 2 of these during your preparation. So, oh, interesting. This is what your card looks like. Let's keep it here. I feel like with simplicity, you know, simplicity is timeless. And I feel some sort of timelessness going on here. Some copy or something. We'll see. Ah, you have Thanatos. So some sort of transformation. Okay. Right. You also have exchanging gifts. Okay. Time to go. All right. Right, let's now take a look at your tarot cards. You have 8 of Wands. You have the 7 of Swords. Interesting, 7 of Swords here. Okay. You have the 6 of Cups. Okay. The 7 of Cups. Again, this idea of some information being revealed here, secret information maybe being revealed. Let's find out. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You know, the last time I did an ancestral reading in this channel, the Illuminati sign came. So if you've watched this past ancestral reading and now you're watching the new one and you've picked both piles, let me tell you, this is a confirmation that your family had very important secrets, information that was kept from everyone for generation after generation, that was very integral to the development of humanity or something. Really critical information. This is the second time we get this in ancestral reading. So you have the 3 of Swords. Feel that it hurt humanity at large. It transformed maybe the genes of humanity, how we're developing, maybe something of that sort. All right, you have the 9 of Swords. And whoa, and you have the Star. Interesting, right? Really interesting. Let me take a good look at your cards before we begin your reading, because there's so much to unpack here. So many events. Yeah, with the box here, exchanging gifts, there's something that was hidden from the public, was very secret information that your family was holding, that led to wars and so many things. Let me just take a moment here to have a look at what's going on here. Pile number 2. It seems like your family has caused a huge transformation in the human life. So this looks like it goes back a very long time ago. This is really ancient when it comes to your ancestral line. And it seems here that for one reason or the other, perhaps due to power with the Ace of Pentacles, for earthly reasons, your ancestors kept some very vital information away for the first time, which quickly led to the deterioration of humankind one way or the other, a huge transformation, where human beings seem to have lived a very simple life, but very healthy. Yeah, it's like we're trying to go back to that simplicity in everything. Simplicity is timeless. Simplicity is powerful. But hiding this information really hurt humanity as a whole. And we see that your family may have gotten the power that they wanted, but they too have obviously suffered, in fact maybe even the most as a consequence, because we see with the Cosmos star here, it's one ecosystem. You cannot harm your surrounding and expect to be okay. And so with the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, I see here that your family line suffered a lot of mental illness. There's a lot of mental activity. Your family was blessed with, of course, amazing information. So you come from a line that is very intelligent, loves knowledge, generation after generation has kept huge secrets. You will find yourself by nature to be drawn to information, to be highly intelligent, that with the star here coming twice, your family constantly got fame with knowledge, and so will you. Your brain power, brain activity will lead you to great fame. But being part of an ecosystem, what affected their surrounding affected them eventually. And here there's a huge karma of healing mentally from all of that. The karma is huge here. But with time to go, we see that this era is really ending. There's a new era. Perhaps this is with the box as well coming up. The new era, I would guess perhaps the Aquarius age. An era where information that was hidden is being revealed. And the information that was hidden seems, with the 7 of Cups, almost like a fairy tale. Hard to believe how simple yet how effective it is. But with the 6 of Cups, this is old, simple knowledge that kept the humankind healthy. I see with the web here that it contained everything. With the web, head, arms, leg, it's like it contained everything a human would need to live a healthy life. And I keep saying healthy because I see the heart here. So yes, to live a healthy life, whether mentally or physically or in general, with how humans interact with one another or with themselves. So with this information now, this led to internal war and exterior war, instability on the planet, it seems. This is a huge deal here. Not a small story at all. It almost feels scary to talk about. But it changed communities forever. And that's why you have the Thanatos, the end of an era and the beginning of a huge, long one. But again, with that, we see time to go, that this era is ending. We're near the end. And we see your ancestors here really helping you with the Star card and the Seven of Cups to reveal and make this information popular again. So you have a role in breaking this karmic cycle, pile number 2. It seems that you are going to be famous by revealing really important information that is very simple and will simplify a human's life. There's a new beginning to this struggle and war and toxicity. A new beginning to perhaps in specific mental health, or not necessarily at all, but there's a new beginning for you in terms of mental health. You're ending that cycle and you're rising above that. Do you see? You're vibrating high now. You are using this information as well as helping others, and this way you fix that generational cycle where this information is not for you, is not used for power, but rather used for you to vibrate higher and to help others do the same. Pile number 2. And so ending this karmic cycle of trying to mentally heal for a long time. I mean, with generations. This exchange in gift is like jewels of information are going to be popping out to everyone that will make a huge difference in everybody's life. It will be a gift to everyone. An unexpected gift. I want to help you out here because you're either listening to this and you feel like, hey, I have been collecting information. I know a lot of secrets and I can see where my direction is going. Or maybe you're listening to this and you're right at the beginning and you're curious how to make this happen. But even with the Six of Cups, do you notice? It's all about information and learning, passing on information from one generation to the other as it always was. And this information was stolen and never passed on again, at least in the way it was. So, yeah, now that we understand that this is how you're breaking the generational karmic cycle, I don't want to leave you there. It seems like a very important message. And it wouldn't do justice for everyone. In fact, for the world. Maybe we should take a look together and see how you're guided to do that. Let me get your tarot deck. Wow, look at this pile number 2. I picked up this deck and again we have the star. This is uncanny. It looks like you're going to be very popular in this lifetime with the information you're giving out. Okay, so we're now taking a look at how you are advised to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oop. You have the King of Pentacles, right? Unbelievable. You have the Star, the Knight of Swords, Wow, what an Ace of Swords, right? And you can see technology going on behind it, full and packed with information, making things work. The Hermit, right? And the Six of Swords, driving us off slowly into the right direction. All right, so the first part I see of how you're going to do that. First, I see that this is interesting. I see the part of your mission is that you are going to be creating wealth and fame in order to have your voice heard. Perhaps you'll be assisted with that greatly. So it's destined, pile number 2, that's why you have the star. You're destined to create wealth and fame so that you are in control of the knowledge. Do you see? You don't have someone controlling you. You are in control. You can maybe publish it, you can market it, whatever it is. You have a name and wealth to do that. And that's the last message here. You are going to be taking humanity into the right direction. Maybe you won't fully finish it. The generations to come are going to be doing that. But you will be slowly driving humanity in the right direction. Now, on the other hand, we see that by nature with the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords and the Hermit, like we've noticed from the beginning, by nature you are someone who's hungry for information, hungry for the truth, and you are self-driven to do that. It's not like you're doing it to succeed. You are someone coming from that bloodline. You are already equipped with looking for the truth, looking for information, studying, learning, and ultimately rediscovering how to apply what you've learned to help others slowly move in this direction. So I don't see a specific advice because I see you in the right path anyways with time to go. That's what I noticed from the beginning. You're already on that path and you're moving in the right direction, being someone who's always informed, someone who likes clarity. I suddenly got hit by anxiousness. This is important. Why? It seems like we missed something here with the Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords. Let me find out. Maybe there's a message here. Oh. Do you see the Big Ben in the background? This person standing on so many old clocks. And it's like, it looks like the civilized world, but really you're reinventing the wheel. Something has to do with time. What is that? Let me think for a moment. We missed something with the anxiety here. Hold on. Amidst the rubble of the civilization that we're living, amidst the rubble of it, of that sort of stress and toxicity that it creates, it will push you to find clarity and truth. It will push you in the direction of collecting knowledge to help yourself first. And through your journey of finding the truth, it's kind of like a time travel, because you will realize great truth with the wall that was hidden in the past. It's like you're refinding it yourself. Part with the information that you find, and the other part through your mind knowing that you come from a generation that already had this knowledge, it makes it easy for you to put the pieces together. Healing yourself first with the Hermit, and then bringing clarity with the airplane here in the Six of Swords, slowly traveling with this information, or rather spreading it. Pile number 2. That's what I see. I really see you're really guided here by your ancestors to go through this journey. You'll be assisted with wealth, fame, knowledge, and being constantly put in the right direction to help fix and reverse what the mistakes that happened in the past, that perhaps your family at some point regretted, and now is helping you rediscover it and republish it, maybe. Bringing back the simplicity with the feet barefoot on the ground. It's like using the earth, using the resources we have. It's like we have everything at our fingertip, but we don't know since we have lost this information. Using old information, you will find old important information in your path, in your library. You'll be getting it. Pile number 2. What an amazing reading. It's blowing my mind, and all the best of luck, pile number 2, in this mission. May you be blessed, reverse this, and become the hero that you are. Thank you for this work. Thank you for reversing it, and may you always be happy, a star, and blessed, pile number 2. That was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and please don't forget to check out my productivity book, pile number 2. Perhaps this can really help you out in your journey. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it, but really it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. This book truly holds true to this promise, and if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And now there's also an audiobook if you enjoy audiobooks like me. And pile number 2, it was such a pleasure and an honor doing this reading for you. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Caribbean Calcite Cloud, as well as Primordial. Very interesting. I wonder how this fits in your reading. Is this like a long time coming sort of karma? I mean, not coming, an old karma or something. We'll find out. Okay, let's take a look at your oracle cards first, pile number 3. So this is what your oracle card looks like. All right. Oh, sorry. You have, tick tock. So yeah, time is really emphasized here in your reading with Primordial and tick tock. Okay. You have the Mirror. Okay. Let's keep this here. Right. So let's take a look at your tarot cards. You have the 3 of Pentacles, and it's really funny. Do you see how with the 3 of Pentacles, you have both science and tarot cards, like kind of putting together science and spirituality? Isn't this really interesting, right? Very, very interesting card. You have the 3 of Wands. Whoa, what a 3 of Wands. It's like moving ahead while being properly illuminated, know your direction, very meticulous about your vision and how you're going and what you're going to do, studying it before moving ahead. Quite interesting. You have ships reaching the shore, so there's some sort of urgent situation as well. What? Could this be celestial kind of information? I don't know. What? Could this be pertaining to the stars, some karma, dare I say, before you even landed on Earth? Celestial type of karma? I don't know. Let's see. You have the Queen of Cups. Or maybe you've received information from celestial beings coming. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You have the Four of Swords. You have the Page of Cups. You have the Knight of Wands. Okay, now we need space, so let me put this here. Right. The Knight of Wands. No, actually we do have space, sorry. You have the Three of Wands. There's a compass as well. Okay. And you have the Strength card, being at 11 in this deck, which is, of course, in many decks. Previously it was 11. That's a long story. Anyways, it's a long tarot story. So yes, in this deck, Strength is being presented as 11. Okay, this might sound a little crazy, but I'm gonna tell you what I see. It seems like a very long time ago, your family, your ancestors, received critical information from celestial beings, or, you know, coming from the sky. This could be celestial beings, this could be energetic downloads of important information about spirituality and science. With all the ships arriving from different decks, it's like, yeah, it's like another, again, with the birds coming, it's like another type of beings came to your ancestors. Another type of beings came to your ancestors and gave them critical information that your ancestral family held on to with respect. Now, this information could be information that would illuminate humankind to go in the right direction. There is some sort of help here that was very time critical. But I do see, it was coming to save humanity, but rather was used to, the power was used to kill or to harm rather than be used in the direction it was supposed to be used in. You might want to check pile number 2 if you were called to both. There is some sort of similarity, even though it seems like it's from two different generations, but maybe they are connected in one way or the other, because we're seeing information here as well, spiritual as well as scientific. It was meant to put humanity in the right direction, and at that time it really was used in the right direction. But it seems that things went a little astray, where it affected the earth as well as the stability maybe on the planet. What was offered to help turned into, was put in the hands of later on people who wanted to use it for power. They wanted to be above everyone else. But do you see that, as I said in the second pile, that it's an ecosystem? Do you see? It might have put them in a higher position, but they too got affected as everyone else. This story is highlighted today in different ways, in different eras. In the two piles, we see in this pile a more elaborate reading on what really happened here. So look, rather than focus on a mission which was urgent, someone got distracted from that and saw it as an opportunity to climb their own ladder. Because you see, these both are the Three of Wands. There was a clear mission with a clear vision, illuminated by information, knowing where to go, what to do, how to move forward in the right direction. And here we see someone who's alone, wanting to be alone and moving forward for their own causes, making their own environment happy and giving little to others. And with that, there was destruction everywhere. And we see here the wearing of a crown and feeling above everyone else. And look at that. Using with the Four of Swords this very same information. With the Church here, I feel like maybe maneuvering the way people think about science and spirituality in a way that suits them, that would make them comfortable or in power. Yeah. I feel the screen is slanted. Let me adjust that. There we go. Sorry, I was so absorbed in your reading that I didn't notice. So what I'm seeing here is kind of the same fate as pile number 2. And that's why I feel like if you were drawn to both, you might want to check it out. If not, then your reading is focused on this one. So it brought a lot of karmic illness, and with the swords, of course, this is mental illness. And you're breaking this karmic cycle. I see your ancestors are greatly behind you, helping you break that cycle now. Tick tock, this seems like it's a time where you're gonna start doing that. It's your time to reverse this karma, pile number 3. With tick tock, you could be giving out information either specifically on TikTok or social media, especially that we have distraction. And you know how social media, they say that social media distracts us from what we need to know. So it's like humanity is distracted now from something, and you're at the right time bringing important information, either scientific or spiritual, and it's very critical information that is very celestial, meaning you may be downloading information, you may be a very intuitive person who's highly intelligent as well, and you will be contributing and reflecting this celestial information to help with humanity, to help reverse this. Pile number 3. I want to look closely at how you are going to be doing that. Might be hard to believe, but it seems to me, my dear pile number 3, is that you will be downloading important information. And this is quite intriguing. I don't want to leave you like that. I'll get your tarot cards and I will ask how this is going to happen, what you need to do exactly, because it seems like you have a very important spiritual mission. Pile number 3. Yeah, let me get your tarot cards. So first things first, what are you advised to do to download this information, to get this information? What are you advised to do? Pile number 3. What are you advised to do? Temperance. Oh, right. Okay. You have the 6 of Wands. Wow. You have the Fool, which really makes me think of an overview, right? Do you see that? This High Priestess? You're really going to be in touch with some important psychic information. This is uncanny. The story might sound hard to believe, but this is what the cards keep repeating. The Ace of Wands. You're holding it again. You're holding it again. And you have the 9 of Wands. Okay, so first things first, with this specific Temperance, I see that your journey begins by balancing yourself out first. It's going to begin by you finding your own balance, which you will, pile number 3. Being both in touch with spirituality and being grounded, grasping the balance between both worlds, healing and feeling grounded, you start your mission. Pile number 3. With the 6 of Wands and Temperance, I really feel like the more balanced you are, the more you will find yourself downloading important information, finding really important information that will help others, will make others celebrate you for improving their lives. And so by discovering this psychic ability this ability of your information putting the picture together and how it has an effect on others and your surrounding, you will start to have these big dreams, and you will start to believe in your capability of both being grounded, let's say science, and water, spirituality, using these two capabilities, of having a whole new vision now of what you can do with that. And you will forever be using your strong psychic ability as well as science that will prove to be very important communication in modern times, bringing spirituality back again, perhaps with science. That's what I see here. It's like you're reinventing the wheel with this Nine of Wands, shifting, maybe revolutionizing, maybe the whole information system. And as you do your work there, heal yourself and work on your spiritual journey, downloading, getting these big visions that are downloaded, by the way, and moving towards that, you are breaking this generational karmic cycle, hence healing your mental health first, and bringing back this primordial type of information into the world. Gosh, the similarities between the two piles are uncanny. It talks about two different eras, and they're both explaining it from two different generations, but you might want to check it out. It's coming very strongly today. Perhaps, you have a strong hand in putting everyone back on the right track. Pile number 3, that's what I can tell you for sure. You're with the Fool card, you're starting a whole new journey. It's a whole new journey as it was in primordial time. Zero, starting from zero again. We went through this whole cycle, and instead of ending the world with the World card, you're beginning a new world with what you are doing. Pile number 3. All I can tell you is that you are on a very important mission, and it seems like it has to do with both science and spirituality. Science and spirituality. Pile number 3. I wish you all the best of luck in your journey. These two readings in specific were very awe-striking for me. I almost felt too shy to say it because it's such big information that I was like, am I imagining this? In fact, if you watch pile number 2, I couldn't even utter what I saw. I had to... Oh no, that was pile number 1. Yeah, the 3 readings were very filled with big information, especially 2 and 3. It was not an easy reading. In fact, this reading with the 3 piles, it took me 2 days to shoot, especially the first reading. And I never want to repeat what a pile says, but I'm also very honest. If it wants to repeat itself, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to relay what I see. Maybe you're meant to hear both sides of the story if you're drawn to both. Maybe each one is the same story but has a slightly different life mission. I don't know. But at the end of the day, these 2 piles blew my mind in so many ways. I feel like we've learned so much about the history of what may have happened in the past. So pile number 3, I don't know what to tell you. All the best of luck in this big, huge mission. It seems like you're coming at the right time before this cycle ends in the wrong way, and you're beginning a new one just the way it was meant to be. from a very, very long time ago. Pile number 3. I have so much respect and admiration for you, you and your ancestors, and especially the ones who wanted to go in the right way. I forgot to tell you about that part with the Queen of Cups. There was part of your family that wanted to do it right, but there was another part that went astray. So yeah, you're being assisted with your spirit guides, with your of course your spirit guides, but your ancestors, on bringing this. And I feel it's this specific person. I don't know who it is. Maybe a lot of you, you're very psychic, you're in touch already with a specific spirit guide who's really helping you with that. Yeah, you could really be working with a specific spirit guide who might have been with you in this lifetime, but definitely was on the right side of history in the past, and together you're working to break the cycle, my dear pile. I have so much admiration for you. Like I said, all the best of luck. This was your reading, pile number 3. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, pile number 3. This book could really help you out in your journey. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it, but it really has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying this process. This book truly holds true to this promise, and if you would like to check it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. Pile number 3, all the best of luck to you from my heart. Oh, there's also an audiobook if you love audiobooks, just wanted to let you know. And pile number 3, wishing you all the best of luck on this journey. You seem to be very intelligent, very empathetic, and totally up for this journey. Thank you for everything that you do. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.